yourself.
London's Metropolitan Police have a reputation for being among the toughest cops in the country. And the cops in Hammersmith and Fulham are no exception. Their West London patch is a battleground for a war on crime, and they're winning. Their zero-tolerance approach
any more playing up and you're going straight back on the floor
has left drug dealers, robbers, and street gangs with nowhere to hide.
We're here to protect the public, and that's why they're all out there actively, competitively hunting criminals.
This lot over here all need nicking for a freight.
Foxtrot Tail 315, male detained.
Tonight on Brit Cops Zero Tolerance, street patrols take on the drunks.
Go away! We're not going nowhere!
Going in hard on heroin dealers. And the cops bust a cannabis farm.
That'll be the cannabis factory then.
Officers are responding to an emergency call. A massive pub brawl has erupted.
There's a fight involving 20 people.
F8, show 30.
Inside the bar, it's chaos. People are fighting everywhere.
Calm down! Who? What?
And it's the cops who have to stop the madness.
Hey, just calm down. What's happened? What has gone on?
Outside, everyone is blaming each other.
He's the one who's been starting it, and now he's bluffing his way out of it. See the fella there? If you don't handcuff him, I'll tell you, I'll start kicking off now. And she, her, see that bitch there?
You? That's the fucking shit out of my husband for nothing.
But the police aren't having any of it.
You're under arrest for assault, mate.
Who? Me? Oh, I couldn't be me. I got.
Within seconds, those involved start getting nicked.
I'll smash this place up. Yeah, look at my face.
And it's not just the men that have been kicking off.
I went to the fucking hairdresser. Someone got to kill you. I went to come back for you. You dirty slut. Well, let go.
Calm down then.
No, I can't. I'm a mental case.
The cops won't get to the bottom of it tonight, so everyone's arrested. With almost 200,000 people squeezed into 6 square miles, the borough of Hammersmith and Fulham in West London is one of the most densely populated places in Britain. So it's no surprise that the borough's police are some of the best officers in the Met, split into some of the most elite crime-fighting units there are. And at the forefront of this zero-tolerance policing is the Uniformed Response Unit, known simply as TEAM.
They're the ones who deal with the 999 calls. They don't know what's going to happen. From one moment they're dealing with a road accident to suspects breaking into premises to an assault to a shooting. Literally, they don't know what's going to happen next. They are out on the street most of the time patrolling. And when I say patrolling, I mean actually they're hunting for criminals to catch.
And it doesn't end there. The borough's drug squad pride themselves on crippling the very organised and violent world of drug dealers.
Drug squad is a really committed team of people. Their sole role in life is to bring down the drug dealers and send them to prison for as long as possible. Because the best way to stop someone dealing a Class A drug is to keep them in prison. This borough, we believe, closes more crack houses than any other borough in the United Kingdom.
Then there's the robbery squad. They're an elite group of plainclothes officers who patrol the streets in unmarked cars. They're tough and ready for anything.
Ultimately, people who commit robbery are bullies. They're people who use violence to intimidate and take people's property. So the role of our robbery squad is to go out and identify them and persecute them. Bully the bullies in the gangs.
And the force behind it all is the straight-talking, no-nonsense borough commander Kevin Hurley.
There is no better feeling than catching a criminal and putting the handcuffs on him.
So, led by their commander, these teams are a force to be reckoned with. No one gets in their way. Back on the streets, there's no let-up for the rapid response teams. A group of men are kicking off in another of the borough's pubs.
All right, there are a few people being abusive towards the staff members there. Could be getting a little bit violent or something.
Once inside the pub, the cops demand that the troublemakers leave.
Come on, you've got to leave. You've got to leave now, sir. Sir, you have to leave now. He's not serving you, is he? Come on, fella. That's it. Come on. You have to test me. Come on. That's it. Move.
But when the officers think they've managed to move the men on, one of them tries to barge his way back into the pub.
And calm down, all right?
This man's actions have got him nicked, but he's not coming quietly.
Mate, just go. If you don't leave now, okay, you're liable to get arrested, all right? Mate, go home. Go home, go to a pub, mate.
Then, one of his friends announces something.
Mate, I'm police officer in the pub. Mate. Yeah. All right, a bit of professional courtesy, then I'm sure you'll understand. Go. Speak. What?
Even though they manage to get away from the crowd, the Polish policeman follows.
Camel,
Mate.
Back off now.
A stern warning is the same in any language.
Boli, kurwa. Look this way, turn your head this way. Boli, kurwa. Boli. Stop resisting. Relax your arms. I move. Relax your arms. I move. Relax. Move. No.
The drunk man keeps struggling, but the officers eventually get him in the van and back to the station. Coming up, zero-tolerance policing means there's only one way to deal with the criminals.
Get in there, secure them, hard and fast, just take them down.
The police bust a drugs den.
So far, we've found several rocks of heroin wrapped in cellophane here.
And the cops won't back down.
There's no way you're going to talk us out of not arresting him, so I suggest you save your breath, sir.
Daybreak in London. Last year, almost 1 million crimes were reported here. Many of these crimes were linked to hard drugs. This means the police in Hammersmith and Fulham are on the front line in a war against narcotics. So they've adopted a zero-tolerance approach to tackling this scourge on society. When they see someone who looks like they use or deal, the police get in their face. In Shepherd's Bush, response team officers out on patrol have spotted a woman who is a known heroin user.
I think it's for her anyway. I think it might be. Yeah. It's not something I'll come back, really.
They decide to have a word.
Hello. You got a quick second? Where have you just come from?
From a shop.
What shop?
Off license in Westfield Centre.
In the Westfield Centre. You didn't come from the shop, did you?
I was at shop, but I was to...
Her story doesn't add up, and with gangs of dealers operating out of the estate she appeared from, this makes the cops suspicious.
It's a drugs den, isn't it?
Drugs were?
Yeah. Lots of drugs being dealt.
You closed 2 houses there, yeah? I've seen
Yes. And you said you come from the off licence, you hadn't come from the off licence, and then you live with your friend and you're going to the doctor.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
When the cops run a check on the girl, it confirms their suspicions were right. She's an addict.
Receive, thank you. You got any gear on you?
No, I'm on methadone.
You're on methadone, you got a script?
Yes.
You got it on you?
The officers let the woman go on her way, but this stop suggests addicts are visiting the estate.
No worries.
And it's this intelligence that could be the key to an upcoming drugs raid.
The most important thing for any police officer is to know their area, know their beat, know their patch if you like. They need to know the faces If they see someone that they're suspicious of or they know is a criminal, they're going to stop and speak to them. They'll pass on that intelligence they've gathered, because that helps us build a bigger picture till eventually we're in a position to strike.
That's all right.
Back on the street, robbery squad officers Ken Ford and Dave Smythe have seen what they suspect is a roadside drug deal.
All of you stand here, please. What are you up to? Take your hands out of your pockets, please. Don't make me nervous. What are you doing here? Right, all of you keep your hands out of your pockets. Hold on a minute, listen. You're all going to get searched under section 23 of the Misuse of Drug Act. You first, mate, okay? All right. No worries.
Jim, this fella's just stuck something in his mouth, so there's definitely going to be some around.
It's not uncommon for dealers to swallow their stash.
Okay, I saw you stick something in your mouth, fella. I'm asking you nicely to show me what it is.
Because I want Sorry, he's innocent bystander. What was you doing around this corner?
You're going to bring him or...? You go, see you later.
No drugs on the others, so they're free to leave. But the officers have not finished with the main suspect.
Open your mouth. Tongue up. All right, okay.
The way on his...
Turn around. Nice just turn around.
It's because you're swallowing drugs, that's why I'm looking in your mouth, fella. You can say it as long as you like. We all know what's just happened there, mate. Your 10 quid or whatever you just spent has been the quickest fix you've ever had, isn't it?
You're lucky I didn't put you straight on the ground. You're lucky my colleague didn't put you straight on the ground and take you back to the police station. You're very lucky, because we could do that. And if I see you doing this again, then we will be doing that. Do you understand? You don't shout the odds and question what we got to do. You're here committing a crime. We all know what you're doing. You're there buying drugs.
Any drugs may have been swallowed. There's no evidence, so the cops use this as an opportunity for some more intelligence gathering.
Is it crack you use or heroin?
Heroin.
Heroin. Just smoking it at the moment or injecting it? How long have you been smoking it for?
4 years.
How much do you use? How much gear do you use?
Not much. 5-10 pounds a day.
The way we manage information from intelligence, from criminals or officers is quite sophisticated. We'll collate it, sift it, then make a decision on how we're going to deal with it. As far as we're concerned, the name of the game is to keep the drug dealers on the back foot, never know when their door's going in, and never know when they're going to be given some porridge.
And when it comes to putting in the drug dealers' doors, the cops go in hard. At Hammersmith Police Station, a response team are preparing to make a forced entry on a known drugs den.
Intelligence indicates the occupier is allowing people to use their venue for the use, supply of Class A controlled drugs. The address was searched recently and...
For the cops, planning is everything. Their intelligence is so detailed that they even have a floor plan of the property. But it's not just the premises the officers will be searching. The dealers and users will go to any lengths to hide their stash.
It's got previous for drug offences, flashes warrants for drugs, previously had cannabis concealed in a sock. I see one female, flashes for drugs, previously had cocaine in her underwear, maybe carrying needles.
Last time I was there, but she did have the rocks cracking her pants.
With the risk that drugs could be ditched, there's only one way to deal with suspects.
Get in there, secure them, handcuffed to the back, and take them down if there's any resistance. Just don't want them swallowing stuff. So, hard and fast, make sure you keep your gauntlets on and stuff, because it's going to be needles and shite everywhere. The element of surprise is very important. We don't want them to know we're coming because we don't want them to dispose of the evidence. We don't want them swallowing the drugs because obviously that's very dangerous for them. And we want to get all the evidence we can.
Not wanting to give the game away, the cops group up around the corner from the block of flats. And when the order's given,
let's go guys, come on.
They go in fast.
There is an adrenaline rush because we're excited to get in there and we don't know what to expect. We don't know what's going on behind that door until we get in.
Anyone in there? Stay where you are!
Inside the property, drugs are scattered everywhere. Straight away, the cops cuff a man and a woman. And they look familiar. These are the same people who were dealt with earlier by the police on the street. This is where intelligence gathering pays off.
The occupiers of the flat in our raid were already known to police. They'd been stopped by plainclothes officers and uniformed officers previously. Both the robbery squads and uniformed officers on stopping and searching in the street did play a big part in finding out who these people were and where they lived. So far, we've found in this room alone several rocks of what we believe to be heroin wrapped in cellophane here. We've got a few rocks of crack there as well. Obviously, we've also got the drugs paraphernalia, what they've used to cook up the heroin with here, the burnt tin foil, and the gauze used to either put into a crack pipe, but also to assist cooking up. We've got a razor blade to chip off the rocks there and some cellophane. Basically, it looks like we've got pretty much, minus a set of scales, a little dealer in amongst the other two people that were here in the address.
And the search isn't over yet. While out on patrol, robbery squad officers have seen one of their usual suspects. It's a young lad who's on bail for allegedly breaking into cars, and he's within meters of his alleged accomplice. The cops suspect that by associating with his alleged partner in crime, he could be in breach of the bail conditions put on him by a court.
I take it you ain't got your bail conditions still, have you? Not associating with certain people.
Well, you were with him, mate.
I wasn't talking to him.
Well, it doesn't matter, you were there. He was there, you were there. Mate, we saw you.
A quick search as PC Hockenhull checks with Police HQ if he has broken his bail.
Bad news, mate. Going to the station.
No, officer, please. No, officer, before you fucking...
You can explain it at court.
Are you taking me to court today?
I'm under arrest for breach of bail. Mainly the fact that you were standing here, Monica was standing there.
But they said I ran from here. I didn't run nowhere. I've been there the whole time, officer.
You're under arrest for breach of bail. You didn't
Will
have
I
to
be
say
going court
anything.
today?
Probably not, no.
Oh, come, officer.
You didn't have to say anything.
Officer, please, can you take me home? Please, can you just...
But the young lad desperately tries to talk his way out of it.
But I beg you, officer, please. I wasn't with him. I wasn't talking to him. I wasn't anything with him.
We've seen you hanging around together. That is why you're in cuffs now. And that is why, listen, and that is why you're going to the police station. You can now explain your actions to a court. And you can explain why you show so much contempt for the bail conditions that were set upon you.
Things get more complicated when a member of the boy's family turns up.
Which is where he knows that the two people he's not meant to be with live.
Excuse me.
Go away.
Then the very person the lad is barred from communicating with gets involved.
I'm asking you a favour.
It's not making it worse, mate.
We'll take him away, will you?
Yeah,
it's just all going to cause the situation to get all upset.
But these cops won't budge.
Bail conditions are there for a reason. You know, if you don't abide by your bail conditions, then you have to go to prison because you can't be trusted.
No, he's going to have to answer to a court, sir. Okay?
He's answered the court.
Well, he's going to have to answer again, I'm afraid.
Well, I think it's a bit much. How can you prove that they weren't talking to him?
Well,
them?
directly or indirectly,
I don't know where.
At the end of the day, sir, he's committed the offence. Right?
Did you see him talking to them?
Sir, I'm not going to get into a conversation with you about it. He's under arrest for breaching his bail conditions. He's going to go to court and he's going to answer those. There's no way you're going to talk us out of not arresting him, so I suggest you save your breath, sir. Right, okay.
He breached his bail conditions by hanging around with people he wasn't meant to be hanging around with. So if he doesn't obey it, then he's basically putting two fingers up to the court. And he's now going to be punished for that.
Breaching bail conditions is a serious offence and costs the taxpayer millions in court fees. So the cops don't take it lightly. Back at the drugs raid, a man and a woman known to the cops have already been cuffed. As they bring the man out inside the property, officers continue with the search.
We'll search the bathroom, do a proper strip search, get her out the address, and then we're clear. Yeah. Let me just do the bathroom. Where is it?
First thing is to quiz the woman about the drugs already found.
What's that then? What are these? You sure about that?
Oh.
Who do they belong to then?
But she's not giving anything away.
The bathroom's clear if you want to do a strip search.
Yeah, give us 2 seconds.
FH24.
Police intelligence suggests that the suspects are known to hide drugs on their person. So it's time for a strip search in private. Team leader PC Snaith then discovers that there's another resident hiding in the flat.
There's a pet rat in the address. Be aware when you're searching.
Is it on the loose?
Yes, it's running free.
Excellent.
The bed last time. I saw him today morning in my bed. Under the duvet. Yeah, under the duvet.
This thing turns up, it's going to scare the living out of me.
No sign of the rat, but there are signs of serious drug use.
Oh, stand by.
Dumping round for now.
Yeah, hold up.
Methadone is prescribed to addicts to wean them off heroin, but it doesn't seem to have worked here.
3 are empty.
And inside the bathroom, a strip search on the woman reveals the lengths addicts go to hang on to their drugs.
An addict will go to any length to conceal their drugs. They don't want it stolen from them and they don't want us finding it because they lose their fix. They might hide it inside them in any bodily orifice they choose. Anywhere they think we won't look or don't want to look, they'll try and hide the drugs.
You need to take it all out. You could get really, really ill if that stays on there.
Yeah.
Take it all out. Just take all of it out.
After the break, the robbery squad strike gold.
Cannabis present.
A driver with no insurance is in for a nasty shock.
It's quite right that we should seize that car and, if necessary, take it off and get it crushed.
And revealed where some addicts hide their drugs.
Is there more coming out?
Yeah, it's coming out of there.
Have you got anything more up there?
Found some more.
The drugs raid in West London, and officers have already found 13 wraps of heroin and crack cocaine.
Take it all out. Just take all of it out.
During a strip search, more heroin has been found on the woman.
Yeah, 1 was in the chute.
2 was up the...
Yeah. That fell from
her vaginal area.
Unbelievably, the woman has stashed little packages of the substance inside her vagina. This quantity of heroin could kill a person. As well as the drugs, the tools to weigh and smoke them are scattered around the flat. As officers finish off their search in the property, they make an even more shocking discovery on the woman detained outside.
Is there more coming out?
Yeah, it's coming out of there.
No. Have you got anything more up there?
No, I don't have it.
Well,
Where's that come from?
Maybe it was under my shoes, you know.
I think she's got more up her.
Yeah, I know she has.
Now packages of drugs are quite literally rolling out of the woman.
Lift your foot up.
It does shock you. You can't believe that you've seen someone go to this length to hide a wrap of heroin. But it does happen a lot.
You need to tell me the truth. Have you got anything more inside of you? Because if you have, we've got to take you to the hospital.
Astonishingly, the woman denies all knowledge.
Yeah, there's another one.
Right, you need to tell me the truth because it will mean you have to go to the hospital.
Take her back in.
Yeah.
Research her.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Definitely.
Then we'll put everything back on and then we'll take the bottom of the trousers up. Take her away.
So, it's back inside for a second strip search.
While we were waiting outside for prisoner transport, as I looked down to the floor, I saw another rock of heroin. As we searched around her, I found a second rock. As I touched her leg to further search around the bottom of her trousers, a third rock fell out from her underneath her clothing. She's been searched once already, but it would appear that she's hidden heroin inside herself. She's been searched a second time, and I believe more heroin's been found.
3 more wraps, in fact.
She says that that's all that's there, but she's lied to us plenty of times already.
And just in case there's more drugs up there, PC Snaith isn't taking any chances.
Lift your foot up, place it in the bag. Put your foot down. Do you put your foot down? That's it.
Before the officers call it a day, there is one more discovery.
Yeah. Oh, here he is.
Oh. He's not going to hurt you, just get hold of him. Although his name is Splinter, so he likes.
We have found Splinter. Zip that bugger up.
No animals were harmed in the making of this programme.
Raiding people's homes is an effective way of crushing criminal activity, and the police in Hammersmith and Fulham carry out many of these raids every month, looking for anything from drugs to stolen property. Robbery squad officers have a warrant to search a house. This time they're looking for evidence of cannabis cultivation. No need for a forced entry this time, as the cops have got a key. But there's another animal to contend with, this one slightly bigger.
Hello, pup. Fucking big dog. Just let him out.
No.
How quickly can he make the gate? Because he can make it in 5 seconds.
He can make it in 5 seconds. I can make it just like car in 5 seconds.
Hello, puppy.
Pretty sure he can.
Hello, boy. It's a good boy. He's a pup. Come on in. In he come. In he come. He's a good boy. In he go. Good boy. In he go. He's got a cage at the back.
Luckily for these cops, the dog is as harmless as the rat their colleagues just encountered.
There's quite a large dog there that the moment we put the key in the door appeared sort of pretty friendly. So we've managed to put the dog in a cage that was there. So we've all entered and started searching.
The police start their search and soon find a drawer full of cannabis.
One big pot and like
Then, a look in the loft reveals more drugs.
one of those big pots.
This time, it's not a small amount. These cops have discovered a cannabis farm. 10 plants are growing under high-powered lights. Outside, officers notice that the shed is giving off a lot of heat, which raises suspicions that more cannabis could be growing under high-powered lights.
Such warmth.
Look at it. I can feel the heat going from it.
PC's Sean Snaith and Laura Smith have teamed up and are out on routine patrol. With London seeing almost 100 crimes every hour, they have to be vigilant. But at the moment, all seems quiet. This gives the cops a chance to search out the criminals. They've seen a car driving erratically and run its number plate through the police computer.
When we span round and run a check on the car, it flashed that the car was shown as not having any insurance. Oh, we do have it. I thought we were going to have a fail to stop then. Careful, Laura, just in case this one goes for it.
In a nutshell,
Is out.
Even though the computer says there's no insurance, when they quiz the driver, he insists that he has some.
What I did actually receive a confirmation on it.
Which company?
I can't remember the name. That's the only thing I can't remember the name of it.
He couldn't remember the name of his policy holder. He couldn't remember when he insured it. But he was adamant he had insurance. Unless you can come up with the name of the insurance company, we're going to have to deal with it as you haven't got insurance until you can prove otherwise. The police national computer has direct links with the DVLA, and we can run a number plate through the computer. Within seconds, it will come back, it will tell us who is insured to drive that vehicle, and every time we were coming up with, this gentleman doesn't have insurance. When did you take your policy out? It's not a trick question.
No, but it's a while now. £50
The man then phones a friend to help jog his memory.
Oh, yes. Christmas Boxing Day.
Right, what was the name of the company?
Right, what was the name of the company? That's what I can't, because I can't remember the name of the company. And I did, because I only get a small confirmation. I got a confirmation on email, but I didn't get anything on the I get one confirmation on paper, but nothing else.
Does your friend know the name of the insurance company?
He said something direct.
But there are still no answers.
Right. I can't remember. I can't remember the thing. No. Right. You know I live right Ketley Road there, right? If you want, follow me. You can follow me there, and I would get the confirmation letter on there.
I don't want a confirmation letter. I want an insurance certificate.
Right.
Do you have an insurance certificate?
The certificate is what I did not get.
You don't have an insurance certificate at home or readily available. You can't remember the name of the insurance company. You can't remember how much you paid for it, and all you know is you took it out at Christmas. So what am I left with?
Then he claims that he's got documentation at his home which is just around the corner. But PC Snaith is dubious.
On your confirmation letter, does it have the name of the company on it?
You should, it's going to come to the company name on there. It is.
It should have or it does?
It does.
It should have or it does. Because if we go down there and I find out it doesn't, then you'll be in a world of grief. Does your confirmation email have the name of the company of your insurance on it?
Yes, got it.
Definitely. Right, fantastic. Get the car keys out of the car, hand them over to me. Come with us.
Uninsured drivers cost law-abiding motorists in excess of £500 million each year in extra premiums. Over 60 people a day are killed or injured by drivers with no insurance. If you're unlucky enough to be one of them, there's a chance you'll get no compensation at all.
Driving without insurance is, in my view, a very serious offence. People drive without insurance, antisocial, and they're dishonest, and they don't care about other members of this society. It's quite right that we should seize that car, and if necessary, take it off and get it crushed.
Robbery squad officers have raided a house and discovered a cannabis farm.
Is it all on one switch?
Now they're trying to force their way into a garden shed that's giving off a suspicious heat. Finally, the lock comes away.
Hey, find out it's locked. That'll be the cannabis factory then.
Their hunch was right. There's a forest of cannabis plants growing under strong lights.
From opening the door, the first thing that hits you is the light. The light is like we were either going to find a cannabis factory or someone on a sunbed. There was an awful lot of empty plant pots, etc. A lot of seedling trays, so it looks like the whole operation had been going on for quite some time.
High-grade weed like this, known as skunk because of its potent smell, is now big business. Full of chemicals, this drug can blow a person's mind, causing paranoia and even psychosis. In the last 2 years, more than 1,500 of these operations have been shut down by the police in London alone. It's no wonder then that the cops are happy about taking this huge crop out of circulation. And as the cops bag it up, they find a sign which they think could relate to them.
Leave it just on the pots.
What's it say here? Listen.
PC's Sean Snaith and Laura Smith have arrived at the address of a suspected uninsured driver, where he says he has proof of a policy.
So I appreciate you're frantically looking through your paperwork, but I thought you said you had it on an email, a confirmation email, is it not?
I don't have an email address, I've got...
But you said you had the paper copy.
But flaws start appearing in the man's story.
I'm beginning to think you're not going to find this email, are you?
It's here.
Well, it's clearly not, is it?
This is what I'm saying to you, it's here, but I'm thinking you have to do what you got to do, and I will just have to bring it somehow.
Right, that's what we shall do then. That's what we shall do. I'll explain what's going to happen when we get back to your vehicle, all right?
When they get back to the man's car, it's time to deliver the bad news.
So what's going to happen is you're going to get a £200 fine for no insurance, which carries 6 points on your licence. Secondly, this is a seizure form. We're going to be taking your vehicle to Perivale Car Pound because you're driving it without insurance as far as we can make out at this moment in time. Okay, that is £112 plus a further £12 a day for the next 2 weeks. Is everything clear?
Even though the cops have given the driver enough chances to prove he has insurance, he still tries to wriggle out of it.
There's an internet cafe there. If I can go down there and get the printout, bring it back to you.
That's not going to prove you're going to have insurance, is it?
Still persisting, the driver asks if his friend in the passenger seat can drive the car.
Has he got a valid insurance certificate on him that he can prove to me now? Probably not. Your car's going to be taken to the pound. Okay, you can collect it from the pound.
Finally, he gets the message. Him and his friend are walking home. Coming up, the cops try to keep the peace.
Go home! Go home! Go away! We need to go nowhere!
And an unwanted visitor.
I'm sitting here and waiting.
You need to go out. Come on.
Come on, fella. Off you go.
Hey, guys! What are you doing?
Nightfall over London. Most criminal activity is committed under the cover of darkness. This is when the Metropolitan Police are at their busiest. P.T. Wilson and his colleagues are responding to a serious incident.
There's a man armed with a knife.
London sees over 20 knife crimes a day, so the cops need to get there fast before a weapon can be used. At the scene, there's no immediate signs of danger. Then the officers establish that there's been an argument over a burger.
Tell us what's happened before you go in.
My friend owed him 80p.
80p?
Yeah, for my thing. For
Yeah,
my food.
yeah.
Paid him.
Yeah.
And then he started giving it to my friend. This one here with the glasses on.
Yeah.
He started calling her a bitch. And then I said to him, why are you calling her a bitch? And then his friend started waving the knife like this across the counter.
But P.C. Wilson and his colleagues need to get both sides of the story.
What's gone on?
He's serving like a smoke. And she was
Inside, the manager denies that he waved a knife around and instead claims that he was attacked by the girls.
She hit you?
Yeah, she hit us.
Right. Okay.
After police have taken accounts from both sides, they're satisfied they've investigated the incident thoroughly, and the best way forward is for the cops to act as mediators and defuse the situation.
My suggestion would be to arrest nobody, so we'll tell them to go, and we'll leave it at that. Basically, either everyone has to get arrested or no one gets arrested. So what I suggest is that...
Just listen.
But with a few drinks inside them, these girls are fired up.
He's got a mark on his face.
Have you watched CCTV?
Right?
Maybe you can
we
see whether
haven't,
or not he has it.
but it's going to be on CCTV.
So maybe he had it before.
Right?
How are you?
No, that's a fresh wound. It's a fresh wound.
A drunken group of lads then chip in.
If we... You, go away. Go away. Both of you. Good. Sort him out. Go away. Right, listen. They've made an allegation against you, and you're making... Right. Now listen. Shut up.
P.C. Wilson manages to level with the girls.
There are counter-allegations, right? You've made an allegation against them, they've made an allegation against you. Do you and your friend want to spend the whole night in a cell and get interviewed tomorrow morning? You don't, do you? You don't, do you? Have either of you been hurt? Have you got any injuries? He's got an injury, right? And it'll all be on CCTV. It's a fresh wound. So I would suggest that you take your friend and you go home. All right? All right. Go and do that now. Grab your friend and go.
With the situation seemingly calm, the officers get back in the van.
Go, take her home.
I am. I'm going to.
Where's it?
What could have fucking happened to them now?
Go
exactly.
by.
Go on, Nick, Billy.
Billy, down Nick, section 5.
But these girls seem intent on aggro.
Go home! Go home! You go home!
And the drunken lads are back, stirring things up.
Go home! Please go home! Leave them alone!
Emotions running high, combined with alcohol, usually leads to trouble.
Just leave it alone then, yeah? We'll leave it alone then, alright? Let's go.
But by threatening arrest, the cops finally manage to defuse the situation. Hammersmith and Fulham has a lively night scene, so it's no surprise that the cops have to deal with their fair share of drunk and disorderly people. But it's not just the bars and clubs that attract the troublemakers.
You don't go bashing the door, do you? The station office is shut now.
Having dealt with the kebab shop incident, it's the end of shift for PC Wilson and his team. But when they get back to the police station, they encounter another drunk inside.
Come on, sir. Out you go.
What are you doing?
You can't stay here.
I'm sitting here and waiting, yeah?
You need to go out. Come on.
Come on, Philip. Off you go.
Hey, guys! What are you doing? Fuck.
These officers are getting their fill of it tonight.
Yeah, you need to sober up.
I did nothing wrong.
Just go,
No.
mate, yeah?
Off you go, fella.
Okay,
Right,
leave
you
me
back
alone,
in.
okay?
Just go.
Can you?
Obviously, having had a few drinks, he claims he has something to report.
I wanted to report something.
You can't while you're
And
drunk.
But not before abusing the officers.
You're treating me just like a fucking shit.
Listen to me. You've been warned once about your swearing, okay? Swear again and you'll get yourself arrested. Go.
I'm homeless.
Bye-bye.
I'm honest. I'm swearing.
Here,
I'm fucking...
take your stuff.
Right.
Bye-bye. Here.
But he doesn't take the cops' advice and tries to double back on them.
Fucking...
This guy's
Separate good
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Come here then.
Right. Come here. Hey. You're under arrest. You do not have to say anything. You do not have to say anything.
Take this off.
Okay. I've got keys in my hands. I've got keys in my hands.
He's only going to cause trouble anyway.
What are you doing?
You do not have to say anything, but it may
What are
only
you doing?
offensive. You do not mention when questions somebody like...
And as PC Wilson reads him his rights, it's obvious the man's so drunk he can't even get his words out.
I've got iPhones in my hand.
Right.
A feature received in 659.
I've got a van in the back. I'll take that spare van.
Yeah.
Just keep holding it for a sec. Ben? Yep, I've gone.
Yeah, we've got one coming in for Section 5.
And the booze also means he forgets how he got himself arrested.
Did I do something wrong? I think not. Nothing.
That's not an idiot.
Nothing.
Bring him in, side here.
Hey, my
Come here.
fucking rucksack. Hey, guys.
We'll get your rucksack.
My rucksack. That's all I've got.
He's highly intoxicated. We believe that if we were to send him on his way, he would probably get into some sort of trouble. So he was arrested for Section 5 public order.
Coming up on Brit Cops Zero Tolerance, the series. On patrol with the Met Police, some of the most elite crime-fighting squads in the country. We're with the robbery squad as they take on thieves.
I know your face, and I'm going to be looking out for you now.
And gangs.
Do you know who wears those colours?
We follow the rapid response teams as they put their lives on the line.
Fucking hell.
And take on violent criminals. And we're out with West London's drug squad as they take down the dealers. Our cameras capture all of the action as these cops capture the criminals.